building.
From the line, good reaction time for George Russell.
Happy New Year, everyone. May this year be filled with love, laughter, and amazing adventures for everyone. My name is Rotimi Akinele. Welcome to the Sports Hub, first edition in 2025. And I'm very, very excited to be here with the guys again on NigezieXtreme. Joseph Faulkner is on my far left. Then I've got Femi Faraway at the center. Holding us together.
Rotimi, what if I say I don't want laughter? What if I say I don't want laughter?
Okay, whatever you want. Rotimi has said it.
Whatever you want. Rotimi should never ever try
Speak
to
for yourself now.
It
He
is
has said it.
2025.
I will not change.
I was hoping that it would change.
I will not change. I will not change. Change is the only thing that is not constant.
That's why I don't go
So
back.
this positive intro now, you want to remix it?
It's 2020. Remember that last year we started with no grief for anybody.
Okay.
So this year, go.
This year now we say double
Joy
that
is
now.
coming. Joy is
This
coming.
year ensure say you no grief for anybody.
You have added the insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's for the two of you now. Because all I've noticed, my mind is telling me that you want to do a Joro for me today on that leaderboard. I know. I can smell it. I perceive it.
Happy New Year, everybody! It's good to be back. It's good to be back here.
said Happy New Year,
It's good to be back
collect
with the prop and Rotimi Akindele. You see, it's what we have to go through, but we've Bakadara, we've Bakamu that this is what we're going to go through in 2025 again. But 2025 is starting on a very, very positive note. I'm super excited. I'm super
Very,
excited.
very high. I'm
Nigeria,
I want to ask a
absolutely.
question.
And I told you guys last week, before you ask a question, I told you it was going to be an easy win over Ghana. And anybody who understands football and saw the way we played in the first leg, you'll know that, we will beat these guys.
Yeah, we'll beat
it's
them.
Ghana. We'll beat them. But I'm just happy that worry that is Ghana, that problem that is Ghana that has stopped us from participating in different events in the last few years, we finally overcome them. And we overcame them in a very, very, very beautiful way. 3 first half goals from some of my boys in the MPFL. And for all of you who think that there are no footballers in the MPFL, I hope you saw what my boys did.
Have a rethink.
I hope you saw what my boys did.
Well, look, for me, go on and do well at Chan.
Femi, just greet us first.
I don't greet now. I
No,
won't
greet the
complain.
people. Greet the
I
people.
just wanted to
greet us,
complain.
greet the
I wanted to
people.
complain that this thing is becoming.
Complaining.
You people that say you are used to change. And the reason why I say I don't like change. Because you people are showing you people don't like change too. Why have I been starting this show in the middle every time? Why?
Because we are not sure of what can come
Why
out of the mouth.
am I being in the middle?
Because we
Must
are not,
I be in the
we are
middle?
not sure of... Oh yeah, will you come here?
It's too late now.
It's not too
When we
late.
started the show,
can
you
stop
put me in the middle. No, next week I don't want to sit in the middle.
Okay.
I will not
We have
believe people are open to change.
Yes, we have heard.
Let me
greet.
help
Oh yeah,
you.
no, greet the people.
Our
Let him
guys have taken
People, I agree
notes.
to now. I agree to now.
Yeah, greet the people.
I agree to now, people.
I still agree with the people.
That's
Because
good.
number one, I want to see what the leaderboard will say. The people themselves have not called out to say
You are not on top of that board.
my expertise, my brilliance. Did you see my score last week?
Rotimi is on top of the leaderboard.
How?
You guys scored the same points last weekend.
Rotimi
You know what?
must have read.
Rotimi. Let's guys. You know how we start the show every week,
Exactly.
on Sports Hub on NigezieXtreme. What we do is we predict every week, and then we start the show by reviewing our predictions. And we're going to start off with the El Kanemi game first of all.
Yeah.
I was absolutely wrong.
Full time was 1-0.
1-0.
El Kanemi won that.
1-0.
I didn't think I got it as
No,
well.
you didn't. He was the only one who got it.
So he's excited.
That's why people are, yes, continue like
We
that.
started from the notes where you
When do you want to start from
working
again?
from.
When do you want to start from again? You want to start from domestic first?
Not necessarily.
Necessarily. That was my second prediction right because Ghana was number
No.
one.
We
Nigeria,
have not
Ghana.
gotten to Ghana.
Okay.
It's El Kanemi.
How can I know my brilliant? You know what I did was I tapped into my chi and I asked my chi what will be the outcome of this game.
And he gave it to you.
Very, I bless you.
Good game, by the way.
I agree.
And Canopilas.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. And I love the welcome Ahmed Musa got.
Yeah.
You know, we said this thing some weeks ago. We said the influx of these former national team players that we've celebrated at the national level, coming to the league will only bring a lot of excitement. So imagine. So I'm waiting for El Kanemi, Canopilas versus Rivers United. Versus Enyimba. I beg your pardon. What's his name?
No,
Not
you
even.
want to
I'm not
see
talking. I'm
what's
talking
the
about
name?
Brown
Yeah.
Ideye versus Ahmed Musa. You know, so it's good to see this. I love the crowd. I love the way they.
You are
they
saying this
welcome-
because the
welcome him.
players that we're talking about, not only are they good on the field of play, they also have a very good human relation.
But Nigerians love them.
Yeah,
Nigerians
there are
love
some
them.
players
So-
that like.
So
they leave.
the fact is, if whether you like, you can't love everybody.
Yeah, and you can't be loved by everybody either.
As much as a lot of people love Ahmed Musa, there are people who probably will look at him like, what is it? But you know what? The majority of the people just would be happy to see Ahmed Musa come back to Nigeria, play in the league.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a big
that's
deal.
what they saw in Maiduguri when El Academy hosted Kano Pillars. It was exciting. It was good to see. But the football itself, El Academy Warriors, it was a cagey affair for most part of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
both sides, as expected, it's some sort of local derby.
Mm-hmm.
And El Academy created a lot of chances, but couldn't find the scoring whatever until Usman got the goal for them. Got the goal for them. But in all, it was good football on display. In that one. So kudos to El Academy for winning that one.
Kudos to El Academy for winning that one. Kudos to Femi Faraway as well for getting that
prediction right.
Prediction right. Of course, talking about the excitement on the home front, I'm sure lots of Nigerians would be more excited if the likes of Ahmed Musa, Shehu Abdullahi, Brown Ideye makes the chance team that we finally qualified for.
We'll talk about that in a bit. But the game itself, the Nigeria versus Ghana game, when Ijabol started talking about the second leg.
By the way, if you don't,
Sorry,
don't know the ball.
That's why you need to follow the local league. That's
the coach of Remo Stars.
Yeah, coach of and the coach of the Chan team. If you listen to him every time he said something about that game, you know, it was clear that he had a plan. Yes, he saw Ghana firsthand in Ghana, in Accra, saw the way they played and realized, and we created a lot of chances. We could have won that game actually in Ghana. And he just realized that, okay, now I know how to beat them. I know what to do to get the better of them. And he was very bullish. He was very confident. Now, the Ghanaians, the way they talked before the first leg was not the same way they talked after the first leg. That's before the second leg itself. They weren't as bullish anymore because we played them to a standstill at home. And they saw that these guys look like it's going to be a tough game playing in Nigeria. And then they came to Nigeria, first 30 minutes of the game. Nigeria, we were all over them, as in all over them, forced them to make silly mistakes. Our midfield, actually, I enjoyed the combination of our midfield. I saw home-based players stringing passes together.
I mean, it took Ismail right back
before the goal. Look at the way the build up to the goal itself. It's been a while. I saw a Super Eagles team, you know, that actually made use of the personnel on the field, not individual brilliance. Made use of the personnel on the field in such a way that you're putting them together and they're playing together as a unit. And we saw that with this team. Ismail got the goal, but look at the build-up to the goal. Ismail found himself in good spaces all through that game because our midfield was mobile. We were creating squares and triangles, making spaces for the players were making spaces for each other, and it wasn't just on the right side, even on the left side of our team. We were playing to. The beautiful thing was the way we played. Beyond the scoreline, I was more excited that okay, we can put together a local coach, a coach based in Nigeria, can put together a team, you know, in so short notice, and then make them play as a unit.
All right. So why I wanted to pause you was because we still have to discuss the Chan team extensively on the show, where we'll talk about the coach and talk about probably the players that will move in or move out, and hopefully get some key guys, you know, join the team going to. Where is it going to be hosted again?
Kenya,
Tanzania,
and Uganda.
Yeah, we'll get there
I'm
very
looking
soon.
forward to actually going.
We will go. Probably we'll present the show from there.
What do we?
The sports hub. It's part of what
We
we
should
want to
present
do.
it from Tanzania.
It should be fun. I actually have people expecting.
Never.
We want to present from Uganda.
From Rwanda while the commission is
No,
going to
Rwanda.
Kenya, Uganda. And
No,
Why do you want to go to Rwanda?
no, there's something you left in your. That you want to pick up. You want to go and pick up. No,
Let's get back.
Femi, let's get back to the show. Anyway, let's leave the Chan team now, Femi. Let's go back
So
to
three of us, we got that right.
We got the Nigerian.
Even though I was very emphatic in saying that
full time was
3-1. I was very emphatic in saying it was going to be an easy win. You people didn't think it was going to be an easy win. We just said we'll win. You said
Win.
no, you said we should win that one. You said we will win. I said we will win easy.
But winner. What was dominant was the W we all put. Win.
Okay. It's okay.
All right, away from there, let's cross over to Italy very, very quickly. Lazio, Atalanta. Femi. 1-1. I think some of us saw it coming.
You know, I saw that game, right, the full 90 minutes, and I think that the story of that game was a tale of two halves. Napoli owned the first 45 minutes. Lazio owned the first 45 minutes. Atalanta owned the second 45 minutes.
Okay.
Now, we know that the manager made a couple of, Baroni, made a couple of changes.
Yeah.
Brought in Fisayo Dele Bashiru into the starting 11. And I felt that those spaces he picked up, he's this kind of footballer who is not the conventional type. So he's not a 10 that we know, the Rio Costas and all, right? He's not the modern day Kevin De Bruyne either. He's the sort of 10 who picks up positions and he doesn't want to pass. He wants to take the ball and drive into the box. And that's probably what he did. There was a small mix-up. Atalanta picked up the ball. Then they just looped the ball over to him. Once he just blasted it.
Two beautiful touches.
Yes, just blast the ball. And I'm like, you know what? Oh, this guy's got the stuff. I'm just a bit concerned about how we have not found a way to harness this talent he's got in the national team.
Sorry, we're talking about the Italian Serie A.
I
knew we were going to bring it.
Because the guy didn't score.
We have heard.
All right, so that's it. First half finished. And then Ademola Lookman just picked. It was like he realized that his brain, guys,
What's going on?
what's going on? This team needs me. And then you could tell his runs, and he's been doing a lot of nodding. Like he's getting onto the head with his head.
For a man of his height.
Yes, for a man of his height. And I thought he did it because they got the likes of Romagnoli in that defense. Romagnoli is tall.
Yeah.
And these guys are jumping those guys that game that way. I thought Atalanta were going to win. So I predicted Atalanta win. And I'm here to honor. I thought that one.
That's the one you lost out. But like you said, game of two halves. True. You know, both managers played a lot of chess, a lot of, trying to outthink the other. But at the end of the day, game of two halves. Some of the key guys for Atlanta woke up in the second 45 minutes and decided to show, that they are there. Ademola Lookman, like he's done most part of the season, has pulled them out of some really tough, difficult situations. And I think he played a huge part in it. And even though he didn't score the goal, but he created a lot of chances, in the second 45 minutes. And at the end of the day, they got it. I think the draw was a deserved result. It was a very, very deserved result. And that one is the one Femi got wrong. I just need to emphasize.
1/3/4.
When you got it right, we actually gave you the kudos. So don't
1/4.
Don't defend it. Okay.
So I think he was the only one that got the El Kanemi one right.
Yes.
Because his
Chan.
prediction was the local games, the games based at home, home wins, and then the leagues abroad away wins.
Okay, he actually got one, and that's the next one.
Yeah.
The other.
I didn't want to say anything about that game.
Nothing. So
There's nothing to be said about that game.
Maybe the only thing is that I didn't think it was going to end 5-0, but I knew they were. I knew Liverpool was going to score plenty goals. Oh wow!
You know what for me was the only great thing about that thing? Liverpool didn't concede.
And it was shocking.
So remember what I said. Remember when we were talking about the game last week. I said something. I said I look at that West Ham defense, and one of the biggest problems they have this season is they concede goals. Even though they score once in a while, but they concede a lot of goals. And against that rampaging Liverpool attack, see, Mo Salah, I listened to an interview where Mo Salah was talking about how he might not have a good game, but he will have moments. And I tell people every time Mo Salah is still on the pitch, no matter how tough a game is for Liverpool, as long as Mo Salah is there, there's every likelihood he will have a moment. And that's what's key. And a lot of his moments have come to be key for Liverpool. But this one, he didn't need moments because they were totally in control of the game from the beginning till the end of the game. They totally outplayed West Ham. West Ham had no answer to anything Liverpool threw at them. And, it's scary to see the way Liverpool are playing right now. It's scary to look at them and think that, okay, yeah, everybody can say last season at this point they were also leading top in the table. They were leading Arsenal by about 5 points, blah, 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 and everything. And I said this. I said, even when they've looked bad this season, they find a way to win with Mo Salah.
Yeah.
And that's going to be
Moment Salah.
That's Moment Salah. That's going to be something that's going to work for them for most part of the season. Will they drop points?
Yes.
Yes, they will drop points.
They will.
But will the runners, will the people, the chasers, will they be available to capitalize on that. Yes, Arsenal showed that the men business went behind against Brentford, during the week, but found a way back into the game. That's one thing they should have been doing. Without Saka, I know we're going to talk about that later, but the chasing pack just have to show that they're available. Everybody has written Manchester City off. Be careful.
Be careful. Okay, so
I'm not saying they will come and win the title, but
just
careful.
be careful, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so on that careful note, we'll go on the first break on the show. When we come back, Sports Hub will continue on NigezieXtreme. Stick around. Alrighty, welcome back. Still Sports Hub on NigezieXtreme with the man, Joseph Faulkner, Femi Faraway, and Rotimi Akinele.
Rotimi, no verse. I know you get wala. So with the men, cannot car with me first. I'm not the closest to your side. You did the intro. I let it go. You've done it again. I said this year I will not agree. Put me, can I be first?
But I still called your name.
Femi, what are we going to do?
And I called myself last.
And to make us have a smooth show.
Rotimi should learn to be changing it. If he calls you first time first, second time you should call me first.
Okay, we have heard.
Rotimi, take correction, take notes. If you want to go far.
And I really want to go far. Anyway, let's get on with the show, guys. Femi, let me come to you. So, Nigeria sports. We talked about our ups and downs in 2024. We're trying to look forward to 2025. Starting with the exciting news from Chan.
Yeah.
Daniel Ogumodede is the manager or the head coach, assisted by Fidelis Ilechukwu, handling this guy.
Who's senior for 12?
Is Daniel.
For age?
I don't know.
What?
But we can find out. In hierarchy, Daniel is the head coach.
That means NFF is not using age or tribe.
Please, Rotimi, go to what? Go to your point.
Jesus. Oh, God. Anyway, maybe I should I leave you and go to Faulkner? Okay, I should come.
Respect me now. Ask me now.
But you're trying to tweak my questions.
I'm asking you follow-up questions.
Okay, so has it done enough to be given the job?
Chan job.
To lead the Super Eagles to Chan 2025?
Chan, yes, sir. I think he has the technical know-how. I think he's been around Nigerian football for long. I think that a lot of the players we've seen develop in Remo Stars, he's also been credited with it, right? This season alone, Sikiru Alimi, last season, Sadiq also made the national team, the Super Eagles 18, remember, last year. So I'm thinking that he's done a lot. His team are always in and around the quarters of winning the title, challenging for Nigeria on the continent. Yeah. While they haven't impressed on that level, they're one of the best run teams. And I think we're seeing the results. The table doesn't lie. On the table, they are up there with Rivers United. So I think he's done a good job. Do I like his style of football? Again, the jury is out. I think he's maybe a little too aggressive for my liking, right? But I think his philosophy is clear. You see it when his team plays. And you can tell because he puts in a lot of intensity, puts in a lot of passion. And that's what we need because he's someone who will challenge the players to do well, to do more. And that's what we need this Chan. Because the last time we had good Chan, I think what was the last 2018. One? 2018 when we made the final. Was it when we made the final? Since then we haven't made. Before that, we never even when we haven't even qualified. We haven't qualified. So we haven't qualified for 6 years or thereabouts, for the last 3 editions. Yeah. Last 3 editions. And when we qualified last before the 2018, we never made it that far. So I think he knows what he's doing. I'm wishing him the best of luck. I also think that the fact that the budget is bigger in 2024 will mean there will be more money coming into football. And this is our first tournament. Our second tournament is the World Cup qualifiers. The first one is Chan. And I always say this, you deal with what's in front of you. Don't say because we are worried about 2026, you want to start planning for March when February 1 has Nigeria. So we have only just this month. And already this month, we've almost finished 1 week. So we have about just over 3 weeks to go before that tournament starts. And remember, Rotimi, loads of players are moving. So it means that even Daniel Ogumodede has to start thinking about replacement. He already mentioned that he picked 4 new players for the second game. Going for the tournament proper, he will pick new players again.
Definitely. That takes me to Faulkner. Before you pick up from where Femi left off, there are some people wielding the sticks. Oh, he's picking only Remo Stars players or mostly Remo Stars players. Do you have a problem with that?
So, how many Remo Stars players are in this team?
I think they're no more than 3 in most.
They're not more than 3.
Yeah.
So whoever is talking that one is talking rubbish.
Yeah.
That one I can tell you, and I'm going to kill that conversation there. That if the manager sees a player, and we keep saying this thing about even politicians or people who are giving appointments that don't just pick your friends or your family members. But if they're competent enough
Who
to
you
do the
trust,
job,
though?
do the job. If they are
It needs to be
competent,
about who you trust.
who you trust to do a job. If they are competent enough and they will deliver, then give them the role. So if Daniel Ogumodede thinks he has boys in Remo Stars who can make that Chan team as strong as can be, then put them in there. But right now he has not done that. And himself and the beautiful thing about the technical crew is we've not heard any rumors of any squabbles or anything. They're working together, himself and it's a beautiful thing that it's his friend, his best friend in football, that is his assistant, and there's not been any doubt as to who is the main man in charge, and they both have their roles and they do their job well. The technical director of the Nigerian national team or the Nigerian Football Federation, Mostin Eguavon, said some very good things about the technical savvy of Daniel Ogumodede. And if Eguavon has been there for years, he's been at the top for a long time, and if he's telling you that this somebody is so sound, then you've got to trust him. Yeah. Remember, Daniel Ogumodede was in Portugal for about a year at some point, understudying, going through courses, understudying, and not just one manager, different managers and different styles of play. And immediately came back home. Remo Stars in 2-3 months, the way they played changed. Yeah, you talk about the aggression in their style of play, but they add beautiful football to aggressive football. So it's about a lot of intensity, a lot of tenacity, and a lot of finesse in what they do. And that's why every year they are always almost at the top, in and around the top, whatever. Yeah. Right now, they look good. They can win the title this year. Sure. Because it's looking like it might be their year. If Rivers United, don't find their consistency, because Rivers United too are looking very strong, looking very good. But Daniel has done enough to be left alone as manager of the Chan team. Even if we employ a national team, a manager for the A team right now, I think
it'd be good for him.
Leave him there. He works in the league. He works in the league. Fidelis Ilechukwu works in the league. They see players in the league regularly. They play against a lot of these guys regularly. We want managers whose integrity is not questionable. So they are playing around the Nigerian Premier League, and they are seeing players who are doing well against them and for them, and they can easily pick the best guys, come together, sit down. Okay, in the goalkeeping section, I thought Kayode Bankole was going to be the first choice, right? But look at Ozomena is doing very well.
I agree.
He's playing very well. But you know what? He didn't look at the fact that that's not his player. Well, he acknowledged the fact that Ozomena is doing so well. Barua is like, this guy is good and whatever, and they're playing him, right? Ismaila, of course, with no doubt, is the best right back in the league. With no doubt. And that's why he's in and around the main national team as well. Yeah. So he's picked a lot of players who, Sikiru Alimi, I thought, okay, maybe, but how many people have the experience of Sikiru Alimi in that side? So I think Daniel and his team, they've done enough to be left alone to run this team. And you know why I love them again? They already have a plan. Oh, Iman, his technical crew, they already have a plan to prepare for Chan. They already have a proper plan, So they're already saying, if they get the go-ahead, these boys will start camp next week. As in next week, this week we're going into.
They're going to start. Left with no choice and to start camping.
But it tells you a group of people that are forward-thinking. They are not waiting for the NFF to say, okay, where is your program? They already have a program. They already know what they want to do.
They qualified.
Yeah, immediately they finish the qualifiers. They already know what they want to do. So even before the qualifiers, they already anticipated that they were qualifying. Yeah. And they already put in place plans. And that's why those 4 players that could not make the team. So like we said earlier, players are going to join the team. But I think they've done enough. They've shown that they can be proactive. They've shown that they know what they are doing. So please, let's leave them and let them do the job. Hopefully, they take us to the Chan tournament and make us proud.
I just want to add something to what he said in terms of doubters and question. It's easier to tell. For example, I've done this show with you for a few weeks. I already know what the segments are. I know how every angle of the show is. Imagine if I bring a new person in, the person has to watch us for a bit. Learn what we're doing. But someone who's already doing the show is seamless. You just come in, sit in, and say, we're going over to this segment. So it's the same thing for football. What he's going to say to Sadiq, what he's going to say to Bankole is something that he says every week to them in training. Right? But to some say, what's his name? Rabiu Ali. He's never coached Rabiu Ali. So it means that Rabiu Ali is you're now reinventing that, okay, you know what, I need you to do this. I need to try. And Rabiu Ali is not the young spree. He's not the youngest player. So you're teaching him new things. It will take time for him to assimilate those things. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I'm saying it's just easier especially if the player is capable. And he has quite a number of capable
you know
players.
what we always say in football? If you're a very good player,
You will adapt, yes.
You will adapt.
But that qualifiers, remember during qualifiers, and it's Ghana, we did not have that room to be doing, okay, let's wait.
But they still played well.
And they still played well.
They played well. And that's why it's good to pick players who are not trust, players who are good enough to do the job. Players, if you are competent enough and you know you're a good player. So football is more than trapping and passing, but positioning and all those
shouting.
things. When you're a good footballer, you can think on your feet.
Yeah.
It's easy for a manager to tell you, okay, this is how you do, this is how you position your body when the ball is coming. So eventually they get better. But what they've done well.
Maybe just a one-liner from you guys. Still on the chanting. Do you agree with Coach Usman Abdallah, Kano Pillars' his head coach? I want Ahmed Musa in the chanting to Morocco, to Tanzania, Uganda. And
If we can get him, yeah.
Yeah, if Ahmed Musa is still contracted to, he's still contracted to them till the end of the season. He's eligible to play in the Chan tournament.
But would you want his inclusion?
Oh yes,
I will.
Okay.
See, what we've said is we want the best players in our league. Put
Is he
together
one of the best
a group
players?
of the best players.
He is.
Ahmed Musa has scored 6 goals.
He's one of the
How
best
many people have
players.
scored more than him in the league?
And the experience he's got, he's played at that stage, so there's no stage fright.
Ahmed Musa is the only person who turned the Argentine defense back
So
and
yes,
forth.
is he going to, like I said, it's like saying when you ask about Brown there, what if we can get Brown there, if we can find
They
a
have
way,
signed the contract till the end of the season,
We can find
so he's
a way.
eligible to play as well.
we can find a way he should go.
As long
Shehu Abdullahi
as long
can
as-
go.
Yeah,
He should go.
So as long as they are the best in their positions, or they are going to add good value to the team,
Yes.
you know, let them take them. Ahmed Musa right now is performing in the league. If he's willing, if he's available, which I think he is, then why not? And for his manager, for his coach at the club level to be saying that means Ahmed Musa is available to go, you know, and I'm sure that, you know, there's this thing we do in Africa, senior man, let's respect him. Let's play the qualifiers and qualify first. I'm sure that was what we did with Ahmed Musa. Let's qualify first. Because Ahmed Musa, I don't see why he will not be part of the chanting. Man, I'll be the happiest man.
Alrighty, so we're looking forward to an exciting sporting 2025 in Nigeria. Of course, we're here to talk about what we can do, basically, away from the chanting, maybe away from football, just across our sports. Let me come to you, Faulkner, just across our sports.
So, the National Sports Commission, last week we had a very heated argument about the Sports Commission and that PSG Presidential Support Group and all of that. You know, but I love what the National Sports Commission unveiled, you know, last week or 2 weeks ago, the RINS, you know, renewed hope, whatever, for sports economy in Nigeria, a renewed hope initiative for sports economy, RINS. And they listed out some things in there. Part of it was, and everybody has talked about the budget for sports, how it's bigger and all of that.
Yeah.
But it's not just for preparations. It's not and that's why I'm frowning at that PSG thing that they are doing.
Budget for sport is not part of it.
That's why I'm frowning. Why do we need another 3 billion for that when we already have a large budget to, first of all, you know, I said it last week about we need to get our facilities up to date.
And running.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And you know, and the general idea of the RINS, this initiative that the Sports Commission unveiled, is to move Nigeria from a competition mindset to a developmental mindset.
Yes.
Because that's the biggest problem we have. And that was what I was hammering on last week. We need to stop thinking about events and start thinking about sport holistically. Let's build a culture. Let's put together policies that will be so good that month in, month out, year in, year out, we are discovering talents, nurturing them, and pushing them out to bring glory to Nigeria. I keep saying this thing. When Westhoff took us to the World Cup in 1994, it was a journey that started years before.
Yes.
Westhoff didn't come to Nigeria in 1992 or 1994. It came 1990, right? And the journey started. It started, you know, fine-tuning the team. Remove some, add some.
Had our near misses.
Add some. You know, we
had our
disappointments.
disappointments.
But it was removing some, it was adding some. It was watching our local league and looking for players. The first time I saw Westhoff was at Onikon Stadium. Wanya National versus, was it Wanya and stationary stores? Right? And that was the first time I saw him. I saw a national team manager at the stadium watching the local league game. And he was traveling around the country. Himself and Christian Chukwu were traveling around the country looking for players. It has to be. But you know what? In 1994, we finally found a team that was so exciting that the whole world now started paying attention to Nigerian football at the senior level, not at the under-17 level. Yeah. And then, fast forward 2 years after, 1996, we conquered the world at the Olympics. That journey started years before. Mm-hmm. And that's what we need to come back to. We have to put together, and that's why I like this initiative. You know, and you know, I'm never one for administrators, but this one, if we can do it right, one of the points there is, one, they want to get renovate all our sporting facilities.
Yeah, and that's
put
the
them
first
to world
thing.
standard. First one. Second one, go to sports, school sports, grassroots sports. Invest heavily in school sports and grassroots sports. That's one of the things we've lacked for a long time. That conveyor belt for talent, we've not had it. So let's go back there. Then, public-private partnership. Bring the private bodies to invest, not give government the money. No. Put the money directly in the sports. We had the Lagos State started something some years ago, School Olympics.
Yeah.
And it died after the first episode.
The classics died.
School Olympics is actually private.
School Olympics was Lagos State. I will tell you the story of School Olympics. Don't worry. It was heavily funded by a private sector, by a bank. It was Lagos State. I will tell you, I know the story of that, so let's leave it. I know how it started. Okay. I know who they went to meet in that bank. I know the bank who sponsored it, and I know how the bank took it over. So it was a Lagos State initiative, right? But the point remains that there were several projects that government, we had Principal's Cup those days, mobile track and field. Like the School Olympics now, that bank took it over. The marathon in Lagos, a bank is taking it over. Let's let the private sector be heavily invested so that we can go back to having a proper basketball league. We have proper basketball league. We have a proper handball league. We have tennis, lawn tennis competitions across the country. And we used to have tennis competitions in Nigeria. I used to watch tennis competitions. All of a sudden, we don't have them anymore. So these are things that need to come back. So if they do these reigns, if they do it very, very well, and they stick to, and I trust that Bukola Olopade and Shehu Diko, I trust that they are smart enough, to do the right things. If we do it well, Rotimi, in 2 years, I can promise you guys, Femi, in 2 years, we will have a different set of under-17 for handball, for cricket, for even basketball. We'll go back to the days where we could do boxing and then we are sure of what we're achieving on the international scene. Let's start now. And I pray it works. I pray they do it right because the money is already there.
No, that's it. He said everything.
All right, so we'll just leave the talk there. We can always pick up from there anyway. Let's see what the NSC does with this.
I'm praying. I think I'm excited with everything I'm hearing from them. So
all right, no problem. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, the show continues. Alrighty, welcome back. Still Sports Hub on NigezieXtreme. Time to talk some basketball, and we're talking about the East maker. Femi has got some details on this one. LeBron James, just a few days ago.
Is he the GOAT?
He's not the GOAT.
I think he's the GOAT.
I think he's a remarkable basketballer. I think he's arguably one of the greatest.
Tell me anybody else who has the stats.
Somebody has more rings. It's about the rings.
No, it's not about the rings.
It's about the rings.
It's not about the rings.
It's the rings.
It's not about the rings.
What Michael Jordan has done, right? Not just about the rings, which he has done, but Jordan also, I remember now.
I'm remembering.
Let's look down at
how many Olympics did Jordan
Let's look
have?
at your shoe.
How many Olympics did Jordan? It's not Jordan. It's Air Force One.
But we know
I deliberately don't do Jordans. They're not comfortable.
That's what I think LeBron has had a great. I think LeBron's history. LeBron is 40, right? And
started playing at 18 and still playing at 40.
He's been doing that. And what's brilliant about LeBron is every team he has gone to, and he's gone around. He's gone to his home team.
Don't say it that way.
Okay, he's moved from one franchise to another franchise, and he's gone to his home this thing, right?
Team.
The Cavaliers were dirty before this. He goes to the Cavs and then he makes them a different team. They win a championship. One of that, it now gives some other small boys opportunity to start shouting, likes of Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. They're now feeling, when I mean small boys, they were now feeling like they were LeBron's level. Right? And LeBron steps and moves somewhere else. LeBron has done that at the Miami Heat.
True.
And he did it well with Bosh and what's his name doing Wade. He's been a force. The Lakers, while the Lakers has been a get as CB, you can understand the Lakers is already in the twilight of his career. But again,
still
what he's done, the numbers he's put forward, it's brilliant. Now he waited for his son to come in. I just hope he doesn't.
He had to. He had to force that one.
I hope he doesn't wait for the next one.
But the son is doing well.
Have you seen it? I saw his last game.
The numbers is good. We're not talking about LeBron's son now. We're talking about LeBron.
Let's leave the son.
I'm just saying.
Don't just say. Let's leave
you guys. Why are they beef now? This is the way you guys say.
Don't do that. Don't
factual here.
Don't let us bring LeBron. Don't let us say
that LeBron is very, very good. Arguably, well,
so let me read out some things about LeBron.
You came in prepared.
Of course, I came in prepared. I brought my,
because he's a goat.
My chi. I spoke to my chi.
No, you have
my
a chi.
Downloaded it on paper.
You have a chi now.
My own chi is tech savvy.
I know.
So he won the Rookie of the Year. The year he came into the Jesus Christ, 2004, and then he went 4-time NBA champions, 2012, 2013, 2016, and 2020.
Yeah.
4-time NBA Finals MVP, 2012, 2013, 2016, and 2020. 4-time NBA MVP, 2009, 2010, 2012, 2013. 18-time NBA All-Star selection.
Definitely.
Jesus Christ. Hold on.
You can't say
3-time NBA All-Star Game MVP. Right? 4-time Olympic.
That one I agree. I agree for that one. But when is the All-Star? No one.
He did that in Beijing 2008, London 2012, Paris 2024, and he won bronze in Athens 2004 by the war. FIBA World Cup medalist. He won bronze in 2000. That was one stain in there. That competition was actually very poor for the
United States.
Yeah, back then.
They don't win the World Cup.
Only player in NBA history.
They don't win the World Cup.
Listen, hold on.
He hasn't.
Wait.
The greatest is not solidified yet. They don't win the World Cup.
Hold on. Here now. Only player in NBA history to have at least 10,000 rebounds and 10,000 assists.
10,000. How hard is it to get 10,000 in routine?
Why?
Very hard.
No.
I think Michael Jordan did not come close.
He said only player.
Did Michael Jordan achieve?
I don't go to school now.
Only player.
I don't go to school now.
Only player.
When you remind me that I say only player,
Let me do like that. Oga the top. Wait. Only player in NBA history to score 10 points or more in 1,000 consecutive games. 1,000 consecutive games to score 10 points or more in 1,000. Hold on. Femi.
Okay.
Wait. First player to pass 39,000 and 40,000 regular season points in the NBA. Wait.
I have not finished.
First man to pass 6,000, 7,000 and 8,000 NBA playoff points.
Let me now finish you.
Okay, you can go on.
So I want to finish you by telling you that, but the second man to appear in Space Jam.
Oh God.
And moving on, we're going straight to the Premier League, where Arsenal Football Club, like we mentioned at the start, the chase is on. Arsenal up against Liverpool. Whatever Liverpool does, Arsenal just wants to best it. And maybe hope that Liverpool drop points along the line. But that's on the talking point. The talking point is Ethan Nwaneri. Is it the right plug anytime Saka is missing for Arsenal?
Are we going to extend this question further? Because last by the time we finish, remember Ethan Nwaneri, that's his name.
Yeah.
That's an African name.
What is that? What has that got to do with it?
I know that Faulkner will not like this part, but I will still get there. Do I think he's a plug to replace it for us for Saka? No. Okay. I think he can do a job. He doesn't have the experience Saka has, even though Saka is still a very young player. He doesn't have the, He doesn't have those moments. Because when you mention Yamal, this is what I say, when you mention Yamal, while Yamal is still a very young player, Yamal has had that exposure that Yamal has had those moments. So while he's still 17, you can say Yamal can replace.
So did Barcelona wait for Yamal to start having those moments?
No, okay. But Barcelona were in crisis.
And they had to bring someone.
right? I don't think Arsenal are in that place.
Okay, so when Saka came into the Arsenal side, what was going on with
It
Arsenal?
was a crisis also.
So there's a crisis. Saka is injured. They need
that's a
someone.
crisis.
So why I like the Ethan Nwaneri conversation is this. First of all, Saka burst onto the scene at the time when Arsenal were in shambles, right? And he started as a left winger, moved to left back, came to right wing. They moved him about in the team. So he was plugging every hole that was necessary to be plugged back then. Now Saka has become the star boy, the main man for everybody talks about Odegaard, Partey, and the rest of. I say Saka is the face of Arsenal right now. He's the man. He came through the ranks. He came from the academy, and he's a key player for Arsenal. Now he's injured. Everybody is shouting, "Oh, Arteta must go into the market and go and buy." How many clubs want to let go of one of their best wingers now in world football? Very few.
Yeah.
Except the ones that have money issues.
Or the ones who...
Except the contract is running out.
Yeah.
The contract is running out. And if you are one of the best players, you won't be in need of game time. You'll be playing regularly. So the only players that can leave their clubs right now, good players that can leave their clubs right now, their contract is running out and they don't have a new contract, one, or the club is in need of funds. But Ethan Nwaneri came into the side and he has played a few games and he has shown flashes of brilliance. And that's why I don't agree with Femi when he says, does he have the moment? Yes, he's had the moment. He had two hands. He had hands in two of the goals Arsenal scored against Brentford. He was very key to a lot of Arsenal. And he showed better quick feet than Saka in very tight spaces. We know what Saka will do. Saka will push you to the right and push you to the left. Ethan Nwaneri will let you come close to him. Near me. Come, let me feel you. And then you see those quick feet, Papa, and he's gone behind you. And because he's younger, and I think he's a lot quicker, that youthful exuberance is still there.
Yeah.
So he showed something that can do a job until Saka returns, because he can never take Saka's place. Until Saka returns, he can hold forth for Saka. And I don't think, yes, Arteta he granted an interview after the game, and they said, the talk is you go into the market and buy a player. And he said, yes, even if I buy a player, that boy will still play. And that's how good Nwaneri was in that game against Brentford. And that's one of the things that's called for this kind of conversation around the time Nwaneri. I think he can do a job. I think he's going to fit, or it might not give you the Saka end product scoring every game or creating assist every game, but he's going to create magic for that team that is enough to sustain them until when Saka can come back.
Okay, interesting. And I think what Femi was saying at the start of this conversation is Bukayo Saka is linked to Nigeria. Nwaneri as well is linked to Nigeria.
And I think the difference for both of them is that while we waited for Saka to develop and automatically got to that level, I think for Nwaneri, we don't stand a good chance. We do not stand a good chance.
Why?
And I'm saying it because, one, he's playing for one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League, one of the biggest clubs in world football. Naturally,
Saka was playing for one of the biggest clubs.
Naturally, the minute but when Saka started, Arsenal were not on this current level.
Saka was always in the top.
No, I'm saying that Arsenal were not on this level. Now, this guy is already playing for a big team. It's easier for Arteta to start whispering that, look, you need to consider playing for England instead. Just like we saw for Tammy Abraham.
No, let's never get ahead of ourselves thinking that managers influence these guys. No, but
we saw Paul Clement do it.
No.
We saw Paul Clement do it.
Not all managers will do that. So some managers are not interested in your.
And so we don't know where because Iwobi too. Remember the story about Iwobi too.
I think we're getting ahead of ourselves thinking of which national team he's going to play for. Is that Nigerian? No,
yes.
He's not. He's British. He's
English. British.
He's English. He doesn't even have a Nigerian passport.
Doesn't matter.
He has an English passport.
What do you mean?
Maybe did not have a Nigerian passport.
Why can't we get him a passport?
Right.
He can come and
what do you mean? Anthony Joshua didn't have it this year.
Anthony Joshua
doesn't have the Nigerian passport.
Yes, that's why he's even come to Nigeria before he even fought at the Olympics. Ethan has never been to Nigeria.
It doesn't matter.
So Ethan is
and
English.
we took him to Saka.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
How?
Until he becomes Nigerian, he's not Nigerian. He's English.
Iwobi
was English. That's his father, not Ethan.
His mother.
That's his mother, not Ethan. Ethan is English. And let's not forget. Until Iwobi
we will invite
was
you when
Nigerian. Until Iwobi became
I
Nigerian.
cannot believe that. I cannot believe that he's saying this. I cannot believe he's saying this.
I think we'll find out from our friend in the UK to help us get one if possible.
get to.
maybe
You don't join.
It will
Listen,
be alive on this show. It will talk.
you are deceiving yourselves if you think that boy will.
So you
That
think in his
boy
house,
will talk.
so you think in his house that the cuckoo kwab you will not eat.
Femi.
I can't wait for the next break. So
Yeah, exactly.
Just be managing me to the break.
In fact, this will be the last thing before the break. Real Madrid, robot to be on the odd chase for Trent. Could that spell the beginning of several other exits for Liverpool?
considering the fact that several other players in that team, their contracts are.
You know, it's
Salah,
Liverpool are in a
Van
very
Dijk.
difficult place because you are in a
They
hard
are leading the
place.
Premier League table.
So I don't think any of their players,
Many of the
any of their
Yeah.
no. So none of their players will leave this period because number one, where Liverpool are, they're chasing the title.
Yes.
Right, it looks very good, and they have a very good team. Experienced players, Van Dijk, Salah. It's a very good squad. I don't even think even Trent will agree to go to Real Madrid at this time because Real Madrid even tried to buy him now and not wait for the
Liverpool
summer.
said
And Liverpool said no. If I were in Trent, I'll say no to as well. I know, I finish this season, come next season.
Summer.
Will it mean other people should move? That's why I say Liverpool are in a difficult place because they have a policy, a salary cap that this is where we'll go and we'll stop. We'll not go beyond this. Right? So for Salah, they're saying, why they've agreed for a short contract? Salah wants 4 years. And I think every time he scores and he takes off his shirt, shows you that, look, I'm very fit. I'm in the best physical state. One of the quickest players in the Premier League. I'm one of the most experienced players. And I'm consistent with my numbers. So it's like the devil on the deep blue sea. This guy has shown working for at least 5 years consistently.
Yeah.
But he's already 32. If we give him a 4-year contract, he becomes 36.
36.
Can he still have that sort of burst of pace? He's so good. But we know we don't want to lose him. So what do we do? Do we pay him the money he wants? And he wants, because, again, Salah collects a lot of money. But then he looks across the aisle. He sees Rashford collecting something similar to him.
Sorry.
He says,
That's enough reason for me.
I know, exactly. I'm like, guys, you need to
That's
come out
enough
to do
reason
that.
for me too.
This guy doesn't even do it consistently. I have done
Doesn't
it.
even do it at all.
Yes, I bring it. So you have to,
Every season in the last 4-5 seasons, Salah is one of the top 3 goal scorers in the league.
Salah's number, a bad, they score 18 goals every season for somebody who is naturally playing from the flanks.
Yeah, from the flanks.
Okay.
So I think that if they get Salah and Van Dijk, everybody else stays.
But if
Everybody else
if you don't tie up deals for them, and
Early
they
enough.
allow this thing run till end of January and nothing is touched for February. A lot of these players can decide to, well, you know what, let's finish this thing. Let's see if we can even
Win the
title.
Premier League and
because we
then-
look like we can win it.
Yeah.
Now. Win it and live on the free.
They don't live on free.
Live on the free.
I think Trent
Trent
will
is
go.
actually gone.
I think Trent
Trent is
will
gone.
go. Just forget
Virgil
Trent.
van Dijk is looking at what's going on. Virgil is looking at what's going on. Several other players, even Mo Salah, if you don't give him what he wants, Mo Salah wants to stay at Liverpool apparently. That's why he was making so much noise about contract. He wants to stay. But, if it's Liverpool's loss,
Yeah.
that means they will now have to rebuild. Because
Again.
if Virgil van Dijk leaves, Salah leaves, Trent leaves, it go hard though.
But go tough, oh.
Okay, it go
The
hard.
injury players and players will almost finish remaining.
It go tough. That's what Femi says because we are going to the last
And I
part
said
of
it
the
go hard.
show where it's going to probably be tough or hard for Femi.
It's my time. That's my segment of the
This
show.
is where he enjoys more.
That's my segment
Well,
of the
let's
show.
take a break and then we'll come wrap up with the weekend preview. Big games to look forward to seeing right here on Sports Hub. Stick around.
All right, so we've gotten to the time I like the most. And I say this because experience shows that when I put my mind to something, it comes out great.
You're not topping the
You're not topping the
table.
You know that chessboard, you let the pawns go first. Let them look at the road. You know how this is about Taye and Kehinde? That you send Kehinde will send Taye to go out. That's what I did to Rotimi. Rotimi, go and check it. Watch next week. We're going to start with some of the games we got lined up, big games. And the first game is a manager who is a seasoned campaigner on the continent. Someone whose experience transcends what we've seen over a long
Like
period.
you're about to sing him.
So when you're doing your own for what's the day? LeBron James, everything. I kept quiet and I listened. Let me read my own too now for you because whenever I finish talking about this manager and this team, you'll be the first to predict this game.
Okay.
I'm talking about the bottom place team in Group C
Group C of what?
of the CAF Confederation Cup.
They don't have a name.
Eyimba.
Okay.
I'm disappointed that they're bottom of the group. They're up against Black Bulls. Which country is Black Bulls from again?
Mozambique.
Mozambique.
Mozambique. If they lose to Mozambique team
It happens.
at home with us, with our
And why are you saying you people?
Because you're neighbor.
because you're in Eyimba and you're in Nigerian. You're the only person that
But actually, Aim have been very disappointing. Very, very disappointing.
Smelling.
Yeah. I agree.
With your season campaigner now, Uncle. Is it true? Aim has not won a game since October.
Aim has been very poor. That I can tell you. But
can you tell the Bulls?
Aim will turn things around in this game. Aim will.
That's his prediction.
So Aim win.
Aim to win.
Aim win.
Aim win.
Aim win. So all three of us agree Aim because I know the season campaigner.
We turn things around.
You know our relationship with the man's formal bilateral relationship. That's how we know he's a season campaigner. Brother, you were too stubborn. You didn't want to listen. Rotimi and I.
I think it's a problem allowing Femi to do this.
To do this thing. Oh yeah, let's go to the next game. Oh yeah. If I copied my first this game, I'll let you people go.
Wow.
The next one now. Fiorentina, Napoli, Serie A.
So Fiorentina, actually, they're in trouble. You know, they started the season very well.
Very well.
All of a sudden, they've been on a very poor run.
Yeah.
You know, recently. And if the care is not taken, if they lose this weekend, they should forget about any talks of, being among the top 4 guys this season. They can't even be in the conversation for the title anymore. So that they are long ways.
I never thought they were there.
So when they started, the way they started, they looked the part until they started dropping points, losing games. Napoli, on the other hand, Napoli have a manager who have a very good result against Fiorentina, but it's the first time he's meeting the Fiorentina manager right now. Conte, I'm talking about Conte for Napoli. He loves playing against Fiorentina, and that's why I think he's going to find a way past Fiorentina. One of the things Napoli has done well, they defend well, so they're going to be a problem for Fiorentina at the end of the day. So I'm tipping Napoli to win this one.
I think Fiorentina will get a draw. They needed that break this 1 week, just to stem whatever had gone wrong within the last few weeks. So I think they'll come out good. At least get a draw in this game.
All right, so I'm going for Napoli win.
So you both went for Napoli win.
No, we're about to defer now because the next game will mean a different prediction for both of us. So you've predicted a victory for Napoli, and a win for Eimba.
Yeah,
a win for Eimba.
A draw.
And a draw for Napoli. So the third game is the Premier League. Tottenham against Newcastle.
Tottenham against Newcastle. Let me start by saying this. Newcastle will win that game. Newcastle will win that game. And you know why? You know why? Newcastle finally have found form.
Yeah.
All their injury problems are almost over.
Yeah.
The injured players they have right now are not their key players. Isa is back scoring. So that's why I said, Isak is back scoring goals. Anthony Gordon is doing well. Jolinton has become a solid.
Connolly is my goodness.
So these are guys. But look at Tottenham on their part. Van der Vet is injured. Romero is injured. Vicario is injured. Richarlison is injured. These are starters. These are key players. And now you wonder why Tottenham Hotspur have been conceding goals for fun.
Yeah.
No Vicario, no Van der Vet, and no Romero. No Bentancur as well. And most of them, it's the same injury, thigh injury that they have. So there's a problem with that Tottenham's backline, and that's where they're having the biggest challenge ever this season. And that's why I feel Newcastle are going to... The same thing Newcastle did to Manchester United. That's what Newcastle will do to Spurs.
I think Tottenham will get a draw.
Okay. So the reason why I think Tottenham will lose is because their eyes will be so focused on the game against Liverpool midweek. Because that's the win.
EFL.
So they'll lose this one. Final game, Liverpool, Manchester United.
Liverpool win.
Don't bother to predict.
Liverpool win, don't worry.
Let we discuss this match.
I've answered you.
Why are you leaving Rotimi out?
Liverpool win.
Because I know what Liverpool will say.
Because you don't want me to say Liverpool win. Liverpool win.
Amorim can walk out.
No, not with that squad. Liverpool win. Good win. Easy win.
Is Amorim making excuses?
I'm not making excuses for Amorim. He's not making excuses. It's just the current state of things. We have to accept it.
Let's admit.
We don't have time.
I know.
Liverpool win.
Let me just ask you a question.
Ask me.
Victor Pereira.
Yes.
Is the squad better than Amorim's squad?
Maybe.
Maybe.
As it is now.
Victor Pereira's squad is better than...
Maybe.
Victor Pereira, by the way, is the coach of Wolves.
Exactly. Maybe.
I don't even argue with you.
Exactly. Don't argue.
So you made a prediction.
And I'm going to go against what my gut feeling is saying. I'm going to go against deliberately I'm predicting a draw.
So
what?
How?
How do you sound? How do you look at something?
Even in the press conference, he will lose. The press conference, he will lose.
I'm
He
predicting
will
a
lose in
draw.
the press conference. All right, so that's
Even
a
though
win
my
for me.
gut feeling is telling me Liverpool will
A win for you,
A
Liverpool
win for
win.
Liverpool with a
draw.
clean sheet.
I'm predicting a draw.
A win with a clean sheet for Liverpool.
I'm
Away
predicting
from
a
home.
draw.
Your clean sheet won't give you any extra
I'm
points.
just telling you. with
Just
confidence.
like we won't get any extra points for probably easy win or tough win. Okay? Anyway,
This is why I
like
didn't get extra point for sealing Nigeria win.
win easily, bah? Interesting. So you know what to do. Join the conversation on social media across all our platforms, individual platforms, NigezieXtreme platforms. Drop your predictions. Let us hear from you as well. And like we've promised, by maybe the 10th episode,
10th episode,
we will
we'll
drop
have
the
a
leaderboard. And then maybe Femi here will have some peace.
For everybody who tries to talk to us away from the platforms and the social media,
Yeah.
guys, thank you for all your comments. But
Definitely.
go to the YouTube page, youtube.com/NigezieXtreme. Go there and put out your comments on the videos.
We'll take it.
Let's talk.
Alrighty, thank you for joining us. That's the show for this week. It's a new year, and we're staying positive all through the weeks, all the year rather. Thank you, Femi Faraway.
Hey.
Thank you, Joseph Faulkner. Thank you to all of the guys that have made this happen together.
Buddy, behind the camera.
We promise you a lovely, lovely 2025. My name is Rotimi Akindele. Cheers.
Even which it was by Malcolm Brogdon. How did
From the line, good reaction time from George Russell.
because Adam